Hello and welcome to our opposition preview with Soph from the hairdryer treatment. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I wouldn't say I'm over our result at the weekend, but slowly starting to forget about that one. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. Still snowing up here. I've had it for about a week now.
Yeah.
Every day, an extra couple of centimeters on top. So it's good. I like it. I like the snow. It's all right. It's all right. Right, you come on a months ago for our last preview. You went down quite well. I thought I'm going to get you back. So without further ado, make sure you check out Soph's channel. The link is in the description below as always. But what's your thoughts on your season so far? Because since we've last spoke, you've gone on a decent bit of form.
Yeah, I just think defensively, I remember mentioning it on the last preview, defensively we're vulnerable, and I think that showed again this weekend. Going forwards, I think we're exciting to watch, unpredictable, especially with Greenwood on that right-hand side. I think it's the most fluid we've looked going forwards for a while, but defensively, it just worries me massively. And I think that sums up our season. Going forwards, I think we look really good, but defensively, we're shambolic at times.
Yeah, are you in the title race? I mean, it's a very weird question because you're second in the league, 5 points behind. But is that enough to be in the title race?
How many teams have been in the title race this season, and how many more will still enter that title race? It's such a weird season, isn't it? I'm just glad that we're up there and thereabouts. I think obviously top four has always been our priority, but it's nice to be talked about as a title contender because it's been so long since we've been near that. But if we're all being totally honest, it's Manchester City's to lose, isn't it? And I do still think they'll drop points. People are saying I don't think they will, but I think the way that the season's gone so far, no fans, I think every team is having a bit of an off game. So I still think they'll drop points, but I think it's Man City's to lose. I think you have to be honest about that. But I'm just pleased with the progress that we are making and the fact that we seem to be going back in the right direction.
FA Cup, is that a priority for you, or is that just something in the way?
I think it's got to be, really. I think that what 4 semi-finals last season? Like we need to get over this semi-final stigma, if you like, this issue that we've got. I think it's a mentality thing, and I think if we can reach a final and get a trophy, then that'll be, like I say, progress again for us this season.
Last time there was a lot of Ollie out talk when you come on. You said, I'm not Ollie in, I'm not Ollie out, I'm just sort of, I'm all right with Ollie. Are you still all right with Ollie?
Yeah, and I think he deserves credit for where he's taken us. I think tactically a lot of people questioned him, and I do think, to be fair, at times he's shown that he has got that tactical element, that tactical side. I think one thing we still question is the lateness of the substitutions. You saw it again against Everton, leaving substitutions so late, and I think that's something that he needs to work on. But there's no doubt about it, he's improved us, and like I say, we're going in the right direction. So I fully support Ollie, and anything that's best for United at the end of the day. And I don't agree with this sacking mentality. Obviously, Lampard getting sacked from Chelsea, I feel like that was a bit harsh, if I'm honest. I like to see a bit of longevity, but you don't see long-term managers, do you, in modern-day football? So I just want to back Ollie, and like I say, whatever's best for United, and I think right now he is what's best for us.
So we've got a game tomorrow night. How strong do you think Man U will go? Will he rotate a lot or a little bit, or what's he going to do?
He's been rotating throughout the season, to be honest with you. I think we've got players obviously like Donny van der Beek, for example, who I think deserves a game, if I'm honest. So I think we will rotate. I don't think it'll be a massive overhaul because I think he'll want to try and bounce back from that. It felt like a loss at the weekend, and obviously it wasn't, but it did feel like a loss. So I think he'll want to bounce back from that as soon as possible. But I would like to see someone like Donny come in. I think that we've got plenty of quality on the bench, and hopefully we can rotate and save some of our main players. Obviously, Pogba being injured as well, that's another space for someone to come in.
Luke Shaw's doing all right this season, isn't he? I think he's possibly the best left back in the league. Him and James Justin are the two standouts for me. Is there anyone else banging form for Man U at the moment?
I think Pogba was in form, to be honest with you. I thought he was playing really, really well, and it's unfortunate what's happened to him. But yeah, Luke Shaw, for me, has been our standout player this season. He's been absolutely quality. You'd probably say even against Everton, even though defensively we were shocking, he was still the pick of their bunch in terms of our defensive players. And I just like what he's added to his game going forward. So I definitely think Telles coming in has impacted that, because he's obviously got someone on his tail now, and he's been a lot more direct, a lot more positive. And you'd have to say he's reaching that form that he was reaching when we signed him before he had that horrible injury. And I'm just glad that he can bounce back, because I think for England he's a massive positive.
All right, let's park Man United for a minute. We'll come back to them. West Ham, what's your thoughts on how West Ham are doing?
I'm buzzing for Lingard. I want to put that in there right away. I think it's a great move for him, a great move for you, but for him as well. Obviously, I think he needs to focus on his career and try and kickstart football back and fall in love with football again. And his debut, I think that's a bit of taste of what you'll get. I love Jesse Lingard, and it wasn't that long ago we were calling him Messi Lingard. So I think that is definitely a good addition for you. And like I say, getting him back playing, getting him feeling positive about football again, because obviously off the field he had his shoes and it affected him, and it's a shame to see that. So hopefully he can kick on. But I already mentioned Souček. I fully expect that red card to be overturned, if I'm honest. So he's a danger player for me. And of course, you've got the likes of Antonio, who's just a constant threat. And like I say, it was defensively, Antonio, Souček on set pieces. We have to worry about that.
Well, we'll get European football. Can we do it? Can we sneak into 6th or 7th in the league?
You can't write any team off at the minute the way the season's gone, but the way that you have started this season, I think Moyes is doing a terrific job. Adding in players like Jesse Lingard, I think he gives you that something a bit different. I think at times you've been a bit reliant on Antonio, and when he's having a bit of an off game, it's like, where's your next goal coming from? And obviously Souček quite more than often has been that case. But I think Jesse gives you something a bit different, and he's a positive addition. And I would not write West Ham off. Definitely would not write you off.
Do you fear us then? When you got that FA Cup draw, obviously you had to overcome Liverpool first, but then you knew after that you had West Ham. Was there any part of you as a Man U fan thinking, this is a tough run, this is a tough draw?
Yeah, definitely. West Ham is never an easy game, especially with, like I say, the way you've started this season. You're hard to beat. And like I say, with Antonio and Souček, you've got the goal in you as well. But I just think there's no easy game, is there? And if you're going to win a competition, you've got to play the best teams in it. And I'm sure that United will be fully expecting to bounce back in this game. I'm just hoping that we start quickly. I think when we start slowly, that'll give you guys confidence. And like I say, you simply cannot write West Ham off.
Yeah, you were lucky last time you played us. The preview that we done, we were all over you for the first 45 minutes or something. You spoke about Lingard a little bit. Does he have a future at Man United? Because we've got no option to buy him, so he's returning to Man U in the summer. So let's just say he does well. He's had a really good game for us, man of match performance, and he was pretty quiet at the weekend, didn't get into it at all. He's only got a year left on his contract come this summer. Has he got any future at Old Trafford, or do you think he'll definitely be on his way out?
If I'm honest, I think he'll be on his way out, and that's not me knocking Jesse Lingard. I just think he was nowhere near the starting lineup. He's got to think about his international career and obviously breaking into that England side. And I think if it goes well for West Ham, I would not write off him making that permanent. I know it's not an option, but obviously, like I say, if he asks to join West Ham, I'm pretty sure the club wouldn't hold him back, because obviously, like, we all love Jesse Lingard, the club loves Jesse Lingard, and I think ultimately they'll want what's best for him as a player. And I think what's best for him right now would be joining someone like West Ham, where he's going to get regular game time.
You've always been a bit of a Declan Rice fan. He's getting linked to you once again. Is he someone you need at Old Trafford, and is he someone that you would like at Old Trafford?
Yeah, I really rate Declan Rice, and I think this season, I think a lot of people who probably didn't rate him so much are finally seeing what a good player he is. He's also got that leadership element, as I mentioned before. That's something that I feel we lack. I think Bruno brings that in, but you saw it again at the weekend. Harry Maguire is our captain, and there just doesn't seem to be any communication at the back, no kind of leadership from there. And I think having someone like that, Declan Rice, sitting in front of the defence, disciplined player, but also can offer going forwards as well. I love him. I think he's a really good player, and I definitely would not moan if we take him off your hands. We'll swap him for Jesse, but we'll make that a deal.
Yeah. And tomorrow night, FA Cup game, Man United, West Ham. Are you feeling confident?
I'm never feeling confident. I can definitely say I'm never feeling confident, but I'm just hoping that the boys can bounce back. Like I said, disappointing result at the weekend. It did feel like a loss, and I'm just hoping that they've got the bit between the teeth and they want to fight back. And we should be trying to get a trophy this season regardless. So I think it'd be a tight one, but I hope we just edge it.
Score prediction time. You don't get to come on here and not give you a score prediction. You've got to get that neck on the line. Come on, give us your score prediction.
I think we'll concede. I do think we'll concede. I'm going to go over 2-1 win to United. Like I said, I think there'll probably be one goal in it. I'm just hoping we've got enough quality going forwards, but I do think we'll concede.
Right, brilliant. So thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it as always. You guys at home, you want to see more of Soph, you want to go see the ladies in red, do check out her channel. Link is in the description below. If you enjoyed this little preview of Soph, drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you ahead of our next fixture, Soph.
Yeah, what's your score prediction, by the way? You're not getting up either.
1-0 West Ham. I'm going to go 1-0 West Ham. I think we've done our preview, but what I will say is while you were poor, we're similar right now, because you felt like the Everton game felt like a loss. And I understand why. It's a bit different circumstances to be in the lead and concede late on and stuff. We drew 0-0 away to Fulham. We didn't play well at all. And while it maybe didn't feel like a loss, it was very disappointing for us, because a win would have taken us fourth, and then Man City beat Liverpool, which would have kept us above Liverpool, and it would have just been a massive lift. And I, for one, I've been dreaming a little bit of European football, not Champions League football, but the Europa League, or this new cheap version of the Europa League that's coming in next season, whatever it's called. What's it called? Like Europa League. It's like the consolation cup for European football. You get to play fifth place in Romania and stuff. I'll take it. I am desperate for European football. So it was almost a disappointing result for West Ham. So when you're talking about you need to bounce back, I think we need to bounce back as well. And when we played the League Cup earlier in the year, we went to Goodson Park, rotated the squad completely, and got our arse handed to us. We got absolutely smashed by Everton, and I don't think Moyes can risk that happening again. I think he's got to put out the full first 11 and go for it. I think Souček will play. Antonio's iffy. Moyes has just done his conference, said he's fatigued, so he doesn't know if he's going to start or not. That's a problem. I think we're going to sneak it. So I think we're going to sneak it. I think we've done it a few times to you. You know, you'll go, okay, I'm going back quite a bit to find evidence to back up my theory. But we should have beat you that year when your Bastian Schweinsteiger decided to assault Dan Randolph on the goal line and nick a goal, you know. So
I remember that. Yeah, I think, like you said, though, it's going to be a tight one. I think it'll be one goal in it either way. Antonio being out would be a massive plus for us, I have to say, if he's out. That makes me feel a bit more confident. I'm not going to say I'm confident. I'm going to say I'm cautiously confident if Antonio isn't playing. But yeah, I think it'll be a close one. I'm just hoping we edge it. Hoping.
Optimistic. That's the word I use because it comes with it says confident, but there's a disclaimer there. So if we get beat, I can say, "Whoa, I wasn't that confident. I was optimistic." Anyway, so thank you very much. I appreciate it all.
Thank you.
You guys are home. I'll catch you in a bit.